Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the closing chapter of Descent into Avernus. Tonight, it will be very heavy RP as we close off the chapter tonight, which will be great. It'll be awesome. A lot of stuff going on tonight. Lurk, thank you, Jerry, for the lurk. Also, there is the multi-stream, as always, in the top of the bar there in the chat. Please go show the rest of our players tonight some love, as this may be our last session for roughly a month. So we will see how we go about it. So, without further ado, let's go to the table, shall we?
Foster's home for our imaginary friend, and even though she was 2D, Frankie could get it.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what I just came back to. What the hell?
Frankie from
Are you
Foster's
not
home for imaginary
fucking-
friends gave me a fetish for hoodies with long sleeves.
Jesus Christ.
What
We go back
Not
to
redheads with a temper.
what did I just undeafen to?
I don't know, but welcome.
I want to
Welcome.
go back to bed.
Welcome everyone.
Yeah, guys, I'm leaving. Bye.
Welcome everyone to tonight's closing chapter of chapter 1. Tonight we will more than likely cause tonight to be the stopping point for a month as I transition from one locale to another. So, while we're getting on the subject here, are there any announcements across the table? I think Cherry Man is still doing his thing, right? You're still doing your thing?
Yep,
Nothing
it's
for
going
me.
good. It's halfway there again after Sire and Jake's donation. We're at 400 out of 800. I raised it again.
Lovely.
On that note, I'd like to declare that I like big girls and they tend to like me.
There we go.
We all knew this, and
I'm in the market for a big titty goth mommy.
Mom.
My name's Big Titty Girl. I'm a big girl.
And yesterday I don't know if it was actually seen in the chat yesterday, but yesterday was my 6th anniversary of becoming an Eagle Scout,
Nice.
and so to celebrate tomorrow, I'm going to be continuing the Make-A-Wish fundraiser.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
Very, very time honored accomplishment. Consider the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
They like Eagle Scouts. They do. It's good prep.
Yep.
Really is. All right. If there's nothing else across the table for any sort of announcements or anything, we should go ahead and get started with the madness, shall we?
Out with the sickness.
Yes, sir.
Do.
All right. Be right back with y'all.
Ooh, what?
All right, chat. Let's go ahead and get started with tonight's episode and end of chapter 1 of Descent into Avernus.
Rated M for mature.
When I'm waiting for a war, we bring the war to them.
You should have
Well,
yelled.
it was a
"Original
big
big
titty."
My
tits."
name is Big Titty Goth Girlfriend. I'm right here.
All right.
What up?
Oh yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the town of Candlekeep. You guys arrived here yesterday. You've already paid your admissions into the city. There you have been told that you can go really anywhere within the city. You do know that you are meeting with Silvira, I believe is her name. Let me get that. Yes. So Silvira Savicus, a tiefling archmage of Candlekeep. But as you go, you are urged to go to the Hearth, which is Candlekeep's pub for guests and monks. So as you guys were ushered and kind of guided towards that way, You notice that the pub, when you enter in, has a low ceiling supported by massive wooden crossbeams and narrow shuttered windows. A large fire pit in the middle of the room is surrounded by half a dozen tables of matching benches. Roughly, since you guys are here, roughly around midday, there's roughly about a dozen people, but there is one ogre in the corner over there reading a book by himself.
You know, I'm gonna politely approach the ogre and ask him what he's reading.
As you approach, he just keeps flipping his books. He's like, "Ah, I see, a man of great culture and wisdom."
Yes, I grew up outside of Candlekeep, and I've always wanted to see inside the library. By chance, where did you get that book?
Well, this book was given to me by the monks. He goes to Chloe, kind of puts his finger in the page, marking where he was, turns the book cover around, and it is, let me get the book for you real quick. The book titled The Sum of Theology by Saint Vithira, the servant of Ugma, or Agma, the god of knowledge.
Fascinating.
Give me a perception check.
Sure. There we go. Huzzah. Ah, crap, 6.
It's
7.
It's pretty obvious. Your passive's obviously higher than that, but you notice that he has a gold band on his head, which is, it seems very small, almost like a tiny tiara on this ogre's big head. This kind of catches your eye.
By chance, I'm sorry if I'm disturbing you, but that circlet upon your head, is it magical by chance?
Ah, yes. This is actually what helped me become the ogre that I am today. He goes on to explain that before he was before the intellectual prowess that you see before you, he was quite the brute back in the day. A few years ago, the ogre was like one of like the others of his kind, brutish and cruel. He met a halfling adventurer wearing a shiny gold headband and killed the puny runt for it. When the ogre attuned to it, the headband grew in size, allowing him to don it. Though he does like it being small as for comedic relief. He's quite fond of his comedies. He adopted the name Little One to honor the poor halfling whose life was cut short. And this, as he regales you in his thing, he almost becomes Shakespearean in that matter. And he says it's been quite the adventure, seeking knowledge and trying to better oneself in the ways of the brain instead of being this brutish strength, bronze over brains like the rest of my kin. So it's the least I can do.
I was going to say also, not to be rude, but you don't see too many ogres reading in general. Glad to know that there's at least one out there that appreciates scholarly knowledge.
Yes. I wish that most of my kin could break away from their sense of tribalism and, further their intellect in ways that I have. But I fear that without the magic capabilities that I have, I don't think that there is much hope for the ogres that I used to know.
By chance, have you thought about persuading them in, unfortunately, it's rather brutish, but new ways of war, new ways of building shelters to have better fortifications? Thought about it from a military aspect?
Oh, one step at a time, small one. One step at a time. We'll get there. We will. But at first, we must learn. And what else is there to do besides learn and gather our intellect and gather our knowledge to seek a better future for that of our own kind?
That is very true. I'm also kind of I'm a scholar in the arcane arts. I've been collecting books on spells and trying to learn the ways of magic. Have you come across any such books in your travels?
Well, any such books found of magic properties are usually kept in the library of Candlekeep. I suggest you go seek the Archmage, and she will then. I will say this about her: she's quite the oddball. If this is comedic coming from me, but she is quite odd. Don't take it the wrong way, but she's peculiar. She will be more than happy to help.
Yes, I've heard ever since I was a small child. I grew up on a farm just down the road before it was pillaged and destroyed by the cult of the Great Old One, which was rather recent. Anyway, I've been trying to get into that library since I was a small boy.
Well, now seems to be your chance. Why, pray tell, who are the rest of these compatriots of yours?
Well, we were hired by some guards, mercenaries, what you will, out of Baldur's Gate to basically do some investigating that city that disappeared, and along the way we've stumbled into God knows how many nonsensical things that have happened.
Oof. I've heard of very bad stories coming out of Baldur's Gate, and I'd take a pause right there because Redeem come in with damage to the party. Everyone takes 5 points of damage, as we've discussed previous session. Just that way we're having a little fun. But again, a lot of the channel points have been taken down because this is going to be a RP heavy session. It won't be a lot of combat today, so. But just in case, just for that, yeah, everyone takes 5 points of damage because chat. But that's fine. That's fine.
Can we damage
But as we
needs hit points, and we need to be able to fire back.
as we shift back to the little one, the ogre, he goes on to say, like, it's just so vile. Everything out there in Baldur's Gate. You're aware of the story of Baldur's Gate, correct?
I'm aware of a multitude of stories at this point in time.
I do believe he's talking about the founding of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, pick a story.
Yes. I like that one. I like that one. Now, the story of Baldur's Gate is a myriad of stories of course, if you've known, the founding of the Dead Three and the rising of it, and it's such a cesspool of scum and villainy across the Faerun. 10 points for those who understood that reference. But he goes on and he's like, well, if you're aware of the stories, then I shouldn't waste your time with stories of common knowledge. But you do seem like the quite odd group here. I see a couple of half elves, and I see you, tall one, metal pants. Why?
Metal Pants has disconnected.
We lost the Sandad. No.
No.
It was getting good. I was about to roast him. That's it. I'll roast him anyway.
Roast the bird.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get him in. We'll get him in.
We'll get him next
I
time.
already got roasted before.
We'll roast you again.
I used
What
to.
is this, an all-you-can-eat buffet?
Yes.
Damn, roast is that so bad? He went offline.
he got away before the roasting. It was a pre-roast ejection. But he goes on to state that he kind of regales in like how peculiar your own troop of people look. I've never seen the cat one. I know where you come from, but I've never seen one. You're so tiny. And he goes to like bring his giant hand down to like go for a pet.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, Does this one bite? I like feisty.
He doesn't bite, but I do.
Oh.
Don't
Oh.
touch her.
Pet me.
Oh, the Goliath. Oh. Well, it's weird to see that most Goliaths only venture so far from the world of the spine of the world up north. We're very far away from home. Say again, small, I would assume bird?
You haven't heard of us, have you?
Vaguely, but there's a lot of reading that I do, and I've yet to dabble in that of the races and the species and genus of Faerun. There's so many, so fascinating.
Well, there's a lot to be said about my kind, but was referring to our group.
Not necessarily. I see a lot of groups of people that come through, mostly monks, mostly the ones that come here to seek asylum, knowledge bearers, mages, and so on.
We've been quickly stirring up quite a ruckus. We are known as the Octagon.
What?
Yeah.
When did we agree to this?
The Octagon? What is this, the UFC?
He gives out a big belly laugh, and he goes, "Oh, I haven't laughed that hard since I was a small goblin." Oh, that's funny.
Oh, what?
We killed the dead three.
We've killed priests of the dead three, but I don't think we killed them exactly.
The brutish one makes a perfect sense. It's hard to kill gods. It
I
is.
think the Tin Man pissed on their statues.
You might have had an old week.
I know I've been down to the to one of the layers of hell inadvertently.
Yes,
Who are you again?
Ooh, me? I am the little one, known by all throughout Candlekeep. He goes and looks over as there is a group of monks coming in for lunch, and they all jump up and shout like, "Hey, buddy!" like that, waving at him. And he goes, "Oh, hey, boys! I hope your studies have gone well." And he goes back to talking with you guys.
Okay,
Could I
Rebel, what
make-
is he again?
He is an ogre.
Could I make a history check to see if any possibility that I may have heard of them?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me turn on DD dice real quick.
You weren't ready.
Go.
He wasn't
I'm
ready.
just eating.
He wasn't
Nah.
ready.
All right, so that's deception. Okay, there we go.
All right.
That's a 16.
16? Yep. He's not well known amongst like the continent of Faerun, just in local. And that would only
Okay.
branch from here to like Candlekeep out towards the very outskirts of Baldur's Gate, but just like a local sense.
What was the name of the outposts that we stopped by leaving Baldur's Gate?
Oh, Worms Crossing.
Yeah, Worms Crossing.
That's mostly a trader's port. The name wouldn't have reached that far, but within that bound.
Okay.
Now, did he say he hasn't heard whatever since he was a little goblin?
He hasn't laughed that hard since he was a small goblin. Which is kind of a joke because he's an ogre and he can never be anything but an ogre.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to ask him. You know, by chance, have you ever heard of a family with the last name of Ackerman?
Ooh. Hang on.
Not Ackerman, Alderman.
I'll say Ackerman? I was like,
Nope.
with a one? Nah. Nope.
Levi!
He's like,
Right.
oh shit.
I didn't know we were an Attack on Titan. The walls! The walls!
Oh God.
Wait. Everybody
Where's
pause.
Emily?
Time out.
What's
Time
up?
out. Pete, where the fuck did you get that?
What the fuck is that?
He's eating
That is buffalo
butter.
dip. Where? When? How?
Did
What?
you-
When
did you
they
bring
make
enough
buffalo
for-
dip in containers like that? I need it. Where?
I've been eating this for like years. I got
Okay.
it from Sam's Club.
All right.
Okay, carry on.
As we continue on, he goes on to say, like, the name Alderman does not ring any bells. Though I will say I've kind of kept to the knowledge within the books and not necessarily that of local lore.
That's all right. They were, I will say, were my family. They had a big outpost just down the road here. But like I said, they were all killed off by the cult of the Great Old One.
They got
Apparently
turned
they-
next to Quisby.
Yes, yes. I was wondering if their word of their demise has reached town yet.
Not that I know of. I feel that would be more to the local guard that is passing through. Most of the outlying areas, outposts and such, are only governed by their own, unless it's within the vicinity of a major city, a trade route city, much like El Turel or Baldur's Gate.
Oh, my family, we had a large farm. We did a lot of trading around.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
it'll
then,
be...
then I
it'll
imagine it
definitely
would be. I would imagine it would be very soon that the news of the demise of the Alderman estate had been reached to that of
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate and so on.
It's kind of odd, though, that the gate guards didn't notice I was an alderman. Even though I've been coming here for a long time.
You're covered in black goo, so.
I'm not
That-
necessarily
you have-
covered in black goo all totally. I still
Yes,
have a
but-
face.
Leo, when was the last time you were here?
That is fair. I mean, guards do
Guards-
change, but
Guards change.
yes, but there's always that old crusty guard. You know the kind I'm talking about.
Well, have you seen said old crusty guard since we got here?
The old dusty, crusty guard,
No, but I'm sure if we cause a ruckus, he might show up. But I'd rather not.
I can cause a ruckus. No shield.
Please
nothing
don't.
Cause a ruckus.
All right.
Hey, big guy, hit me! No.
This way, I mean, we could just go back and grab a monster and bring it here.
How about we don't?
I was kidding.
Let's
Kinda.
welcome back, sire. He goes on to regale, like, okay, so I see the Goliath, I see the small cat, I see the bird creature, I see a sprinkling of half elves, one that looks very festive.
Call me a small cat.
Okay, you got to understand that, like, an ogre is a large being, and by large, I'm like
Ogres
talking
are
10,
big.
12 foot tall. Yeah,
Like, this dude could palm your skull.
he could.
I'm half as tall as he is.
Yes, you are small.
It's small,
You're
small,
Very small.
small but
Okay.
fierce, small but fierce.
You're like a house cat to him.
He goes on and says, okay, festive half elf, you don't look like you belong on these plains.
Festive.
I'd assume
Bill, he
totally,
called
mate.
you festive.
He's not exactly wrong, is he? Isn't it? I'm a bit festive.
You
And
couldn't
he's
slap
also
the
right, I'm not
jingle
native
bells
to
for
these
us.
lands.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow.
He's Mr. Heat Miser.
Alrighty.
And then he
Simmer
goes,
down.
he kind of points over and he goes, the tall one with the sensor and the metal pants. I assume they're pants.
That's a good mirror. Do you wear pants?
Yes, I wear pants.
But is your pants just metal?
No, they're fabric. They are plated.
They're plated. Oh, there. So there is metal on the pants.
So they're metal. They're metal pants.
Did you mean they're plated or did you mean they're pleated?
Plated. With actual
would
thin
pleat?
metal plates interwoven in the fibers.
Ah, gotcha.
So they're plated pleats.
Yes.
No, it's Kevlar.
I hate it
got
here.
But I don't see many of your kind here. Pray tell, what are you?
I'm known as a Warforged, and I'm from another plane. I'm from Eberron.
Ah, as he goes. Let's see how well his intelligence rolls with that. Okay, not too bad, especially with his pluses. Is not he's kind of heard about it because of his knowledge that is very limited, but is still growing within the study of the planes as well. He goes on to say, I've only heard of these metallic constructs. I heard about the Great War. And that's about as far as I got before I decided to continue on researching the planes. How did you fare in the war?
Well, ultimately, unscathed, as I am before you.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you seem to have sided with that of, I assume your allegiance falls with the material plane.
I follow Lord Calivor.
Ah, I haven't got to the deities' pantheons yet, but I hope one day to learn more about them. Let's see, who else do we have here? Let's see, 3 brutish elves. I love the brooding ones. They always seem to have such a chip on their shoulder. So fun. By the way, if you would like, you may have a round of drinks on me. Surely you...
Didn't we just like have a whole round?
You know what?
Hey,
Let's take him up on it. You know, I have to redeem myself after that, the
Much
first
thanks,
time.
big
That
man.
rotten bullshit that you drank at that rotten ass ship? Yes, yes, we do.
Yes.
you know,
yes.
if our new friend here offered to buy us around, it'd be rude of us to turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
appreciate the hospitality, but I do have some questions for you, big man, when you get a chance.
oh, of course, anything to further knowledge.
I gotta go get the booze.
As he raises his hand up for a round, waves to the bartender. He starts to grab the drinks and begins to pour. And he sits back down, grabs out a big feather and places it into his book and sets it down on the table across from him in front of a hearth. And he goes, "What can I help you with?"
Well, I was a bit curious myself. This object you have, this circlet on your head, is that granting you specific knowledge, or does it just increase your ability to gain knowledge?
It helps me gain knowledge. You see, a creature's innate intelligence is only limited by its ability to learn. So with this circlet, he goes to tap up on it. It has helped me gain the ability to learn and harbor knowledge, which then I use to further better myself.
My reason for asking,
You can learn just about anything with that, couldn't you?
I could. But I would choose to just use it for my own selfish ways of learning. I hope to take what I learn from these books and these archives and take them out into the world and reform that of the tribalistic ogres.
my reason for asking, I was raised in the backwoods of the Feywilds. I'm an expert with a bow and trucking, but outside of that, I'm a bit ignorant. Is there any way this item, or something like it, could help me achieve a standard degree of education, as it were?
So I'm quite sure that there are plenty of items of magical prowess that would help you gain further knowledge. Other than that, I mean, the library here would be your greatest source of knowledge. It has all kinds of books ranging from that of the plains all the way to local legends and so on. There's even, I'll be this way, I've never heard of this, but there was one traveler that came that said that they went to a space that was not like any other. It was almost as if there was no anything. No force keeping them tethered to the ground as they kind of floated effortlessly through a void.
I love
Imagine.
your reference, Spelljammer.
Imagine. Oh, imagine that, nothing tethering you to the ground and free as a spirit. Oh, I would love to see that.
I'll keep my feet on the ground.
Pick you up on your suggestion on the library, big man. Much thanks for that and the drink.
Here's my question about that, though. How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here for many an age.
And have you completed reading all of the books in this library?
No.
Well, this library is massive.
Yeah.
From
So
what I've
it would.
known.
So even with the assistance of said the shiny thing on his head, he's still been here for ages. So like, I what's the word I'm looking for? I applaud you for wanting to further your knowledge, but you'd be here a long ass time, Bale. A long ass time.
Well, such is the pursuit of knowledge. It is.
I hold a piece of paper.
Okay. He
The
goes.
piece of paper reads, if you take the circlet off, do you still have your level of intelligence? Have you learned what you've learned, or you only retain it because of the circlet?
He reads it, and he is too hesitant to try to pull off the circlet because he has the basic understanding that before he put the circlet on, he was brash, barbaric, and just would kill anything, kind of like reverting back to his roots. So
So he's never tried.
he doesn't want to try. Because he likes the way he is now versus how he was.
I'll just stick to my street smarts, thank you.
Very well, very well.
You know, by chance, when I was a small boy trying to get into the library, they never would let me in. Do you have a way to get in the library yourself? Is there somebody that we could talk to by chance? Do you know to let us in?
He goes to scratch his chin, and he goes looking around. He kind of shuffles over to his side. He's like, I don't really have a way in for you. And then as soon as he says that, the door bursts open, and it is your friend that you met at the Vanthaper's villa, the spy. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head.
Let me get my sticky notes.
You that gave us the map.
Roll a history
Austin
check.
Powers, international man of mystery.
Yeah, Rebel, roll a history check.
Oh god.
That'd just be a roll of memory check.
Yeah, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, memory is not as good as it used to be.
He's got a negative.
Hold on, I got Fallister Fisk.
Yeah, Fallister Fisk. There we go. He comes in. He starts looking around, like with a haggard breath. He looks over at you with the ogre. He says, "Oh, whoa, well there you guys are. Jeez." And he comes rushing up to you.
Fisk.
He says, "Wow, sorry, kind of got separated there after Worm's Crossing, but I'm glad you guys made it. Have you guys gone up to see Silvira yet?"
Not
No.
quite yet, mate.
We just made a new friend here, a little one.
Oh, yeah, I know this guy. He's never try to play a memory game with this guy. And he looks over and he's like, "Now, don't give away all my secrets."
You know, I'm gonna look at Fisk real quick in a serious tone, though. Fisk, on your way up here, did you go by my family's farm, the Alderman estate?
Let's see if he did. Doot. He did not, though he did hear from traveling guards about the incident at your estate.
Yes, it was the cult of the Great Old One. They went in there, killed my whole family, and then we executed them all with great prejudice.
Well, they didn't get all of them. You're still here.
Oh, that's because I was more or less exiled. But there's really nothing left of the estate. I'm sure the fires claimed all of it.
Yep.
They set fire to the place.
That's what I heard. I heard there was a quite the gathering of bones and corpses as well. So I'm fairly certain that the estate has been leveled. I'm pretty sure it'll be just fine here in the next few days. We have more important matters to attend to, especially that of what happened at the Vanthper's villa. And I'm certain that one of us has grabbed it. You there, brutish one, Corey, I believe. Yes. I think you have something that Silvira will need. I say, let's go ahead and finish up our drinks, and let's go meet up with Silvira as fast as we can.
It's about 2 inches.
Bye, tall dude.
He says, well, good luck in your endeavors of knowledge seeking. I will be here continuing my good read. Yes, he sits.
I will grant him 1 head pat.
Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't take this chance. He goes down to put his big hand on top of your head, and he pats and then kind of like moves to the back of your head, and he's like, oh, so soft. Ah, love it. Ah, well, enjoy your stay in Candlekeep. And he sits back in his lounge chair and flips open his book and goes back to reading with his round that he bought with you guys. Now, understand that your rounds are very small, as in, yeah, you guys are like tiny. His is almost like a barrel that they fashioned with a handle for him.
He just pours ours into his. If we didn't finish it, just bloop bloop bloop, and it just fills it just a little bit more.
Yep. So, but that is all of what's happening at the hearth. With Alistair Fist coming in, he has said, we have an audience with Silvira. Please follow me. And you all make your way up to the library at Candlekeep. If you guys can move your people over to the light here.
To the light. Whoa!
Yeah, right around here, because this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
Where's the cat? There she is. Hi.
So,
My brother.
do you know the way, my brother?
Follow me.
My queen.
My name is Ile. All right, we got everyone here. Yep, I think we're getting everyone. All right, cool. As you approach the gate, Alistair Fist looks up at the guards and says, we have an audience with Silvira. The guards nod, the doors open up, and you are able to move through. As you move through the courtyard leading up to Candlekeep, you notice that the front of it, the depiction of Candlekeep reads as this: the walls of this circular tower chamber are punctuated by arch windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with hang on. I'll arrive there. Okay, so the bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, while tables of crowded specimen jars and alchemic equipment and other clutter engraved into the floor of this chamber. Okay, so this is when you're inside of Candlekeep. So keep on keeping on. We'll get you there. Shabingus. Let me try to figure out where y'all are going. In fact,
We're going to hell's where we're going.
But we can't because we're already there.
I know.
tell you what.
We need to open this gate.
Hang on. Let me do this right here.
Hold the door.
There you go. You guys have been summoned to that level. I hope.
Nope.
Okay.
Our minis are still up top.
Okay. Minis are still up top. All right. So let me go
Camera
ahead.
did shift though.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and put you guys down here. You guys can double click on your minis and it should bring you guys to that level. So let me make sure I got everyone in here. Leo, Corey, Roxanne, and Corvo. All right, cool. So if you guys double click on your mini up on the top right or top left, I'm sorry, it should bring you down to the level you need to be at. And why are you guys hitting? Oh, because I was in that mode. Okay. Let me unhide you guys real quick.
Oh, there we are.
I might pick up a couple of books on the Abyss while I'm at it.
Yep. Let's see here.
This is a dream. This is a dream come true.
Yes. Let me get the rest of the ambience here. So you guys are all inside of Candlekeep. Let's change the ambience here to this. All right. So as you are all inside of Candlekeep, this is the wall. This is what we read. The walls of the circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, and while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemic equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling, dressed in wizardly robes, stands by one of the windows, caught in a figure of intense contemplation. Perched on the corner of a table nearby, a spindly little demon, with warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail.
Spindly.
Yeah, spindly. Sorry. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you, says the tiefling. What have you brought me? And she's talking to Fallister, and he goes on to say, it's been too long since I've been here, but I have news. I believe they have something for you. And he points over to Corey. Corey, inside of your pocket, you reach in and you pull out what seems to be an infernal puzzle piece, or an infernal puzzle. If you remember right, when you were at the Vanthipur's villa and you were taking, dispatching of the elderly sick one, he was playing with a puzzle box. You grabbed it before after you dispatched of him.
I kind of hold it and whittle it in my fingers.
Yep. And she goes over towards you, and she just lets out this little squeal of excitement, and she comes over and says, "May I?" And very like hurried.
Kind of hesitantly agree.
Okay. As you slowly reach out your hand to give the infernal puzzle box to her, she takes it and she kind of just like jumps up and down happily and runs over to a table and begins to start wisping up some spells to decipher it.
Oh no.
Let's see. But before she gets started on everything, she kind of like rushingly puts like pieces of paper down, and she looks over towards the Goliath, and she notices the shield that you brandish, and her eyes go big, and she's like, "Is that what I think it is?"
What do you think it is?
She rushes over to you and kind of like wants to touch it, but is hesitant to touch. And she's like, "I think I know what that is." And she rushes over and grabs another book, and she flips through the pages there. And she's like, we'll get to that one in a minute. And she sets it over to the side as she rushes back over to her, over to the table with the puzzle box.
Lady's kind of scatterbrained.
You kind of harken back to what the little one said. He's like, "She is quite peculiar. I told you."
You know what? I wonder how she would react if I were to show her the ink.
Not the black ooze. Don't show her that.
From now on, Cherry is Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers.
Oh
Yep.
God, no.
Pretty much at this point.
Anyway, she goes on to say this. I've been suspicious of the High Overseer of El Terrell for a long time, but no one wanted to hear my concerns. Because Thavius Krieg was widely regarded as a hero who saved the city from the undead scourge, giving rise to a holy nation of Eltergard. Hailed as a survivor, Thavius made all citizens of El Terrell swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binds them to defend the nation of Eltergard. I met him years ago, and my instincts told me he was a charlatan. Afterward, I grew suspect that he had cut a deal with one or more powerful devils, using the Creed Resolute to bind all of Elturel to his dark deal. I wish to prove my theory, and I believe evidence is locked in this puzzle box.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this puzzle box shaped like a piece of chicken? Because you keep saying infernal, and all I think of is your stupid.
My
character in
infernal fried chicken.
Yes.
Infernal fried chicken.
So, before let me dive onto that. When I first started streaming, I played Baldur's Gate 3 during early access, and we created a tiefling warlock. And as we were creating him, they actually had the Colonel Sanders mustache, so we named him Colonel Sanders, and he was the founder of. Instead of KFC, it was called IFC, Infernal Fried Chicken.
That's great.
Oh my god.
And he
Fucking great.
I love it.
and he will be resurrected once Baldur's Gate 3 drops. So be aware that the memes are gonna be flying. Trust me.
Yeah.
Let
me in on that campaign too, man.
Yeah,
of
me
course.
too. I want to meet him.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm going to ask her a quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
By chance, do you have any books on the gods before the gods, the primordial ones?
She kind of like, as she's setting up her thing, placing the puzzle box in the center, she goes first floor, second row, third shelf, right by the book named Tusk Love. I don't know why that's here, but it's here. I don't know, but it's there.
What? But pray tell, what is Tusk Love?
I don't.
If
I
you
don't.
have to ask that, you are not a real fan.
Oh, by the way, I think it's a
What a
story.
mammoth does to people.
Well, no, I was going to say, wasn't it a story about a mammoth and a bard?
Listen. You need the good old Tuscan.
Let the good times roll.
All right. So as she goes on, she does a few incantations, and the box actually starts to light up, and you start to see these runes flying around. The little imp that she has with her, or her quasit familiar, goes off to grab a vial of ink and begins to like put it there, and it starts to write this the words that have been transposed from what that puzzle box is saying onto paper. Now, everyone here should be able to read Infernal, correct?
Yeah.
I cannot.
Okay. So for those who do understand and read Infernal, this is for you guys only. It says, "Be it known to all that I, Thavius Krieg, High Overseer of El Terrell, have sworn to my master Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreement contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters for all time. I will place her above all creatures living and dead. I will obey her all my days beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of a device called a solar insidator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of El Terrell and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the champion or companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All this in my everlasting pledge. And as
lovely.
As that continues, the spell goes off, the ink, the spell starts to fizzle out, the box becomes inert and places back down on the desk. And she looks over and she's like, I knew it. And she kind of like angrily and happily, which is kind of weird because she's like, she's happy that she's right, but she's also mad that this is what's caused all this problem now. And she just keeps on just like muttering to herself and starts speaking in like infernal, like cursing as well.
Does somebody care to explain what the ever-living fuck is going on?
Oh, well, real quick. Basically, some old crotchety man sold out the entire fucking realm, and Zariel, the fucking person who controls one of the fucking layers, is recalling all of the bargained pieces to her level to fight that war that I was witness to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So in other words, a lot of monsters for us to slay, is what you're saying.
No, not monsters. Our fellow man.
Well, that's not good.
Unless they were turned into monsters.
Well, and she goes over and she says, I pray tell, do you know of the blood war?
I was witness to it.
I could tell you smell of the hells.
I lower my glasses to show her my face and my eyes.
She
the
said
one
you
missing.
stink, Leo.
Yes, no shit, tree. There's a bear shit in the woods.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, but we all have. So, are we bears?
I guess so.
You know what?
You guys have gone shit. Has anybody gone to the bathroom this entire trip?
I don't think we've
I'm
eaten.
very, very sneaky. When you guys can't see me.
You underestimate the sneaky, sir.
Who needs the trees?
Mir is just listening and tinkering in the corner still.
Who needs the trees or the rocks? We got Kochi.
You know what? I'm going to, just out of sheer curiosity, I'm going to hold out my hand and like have the ink raise up off my fingers. You ever seen anything like this before?
Should probably see a doctor about that. Not.
Take my strong hand.
She said you're infected.
Well, I will tell you this. There's a reason I wanted that book on the gods before the gods. I've got a little bit of research to do.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Go research to your heart's content. However, I want to look at that shield.
Hey, Leo, I think they make an ointment for that.
Well, if they do, I don't think my god will be too happy about that.
No,
What is it?
it's
What
like
is-
the
what is-
gift
what is
that
it,
keeps on giving.
Who was your god again?
I'm about to find out.
Oh my.
Did we miss the fact that she asked to see the shield?
No, it's not lost on me. But I'm just gonna leave and go down to the first floor.
Okay. So as Leo goes off to do his research, Silvira comes over and looks at the shield, and she's like, "May I inspect this shield to quench my knowledge?"
She's not an enemy.
It's only for a moment.
It's not the issue of handing it over. It's the issue of I can't.
Well, either way, just stand still. Just don't move. Don't move, okay? And she grabs another piece of paper and scroll and talks to her familiar. Says, "Write this down. Write this down."
I can.
Wait,
I can.
Balder,
I can.
wait.
Hang on.
I, as a Kenku, can actually just draw a picture of the shield verbatim.
That'll be fine. I can see it. I don't really need that. I just want the little thing over here to write it down whatever I say here. So, just for my own notes. This is for my own dictation for later. And she
Yeah.
she pulls back her sleeves some more, rubs her hands together, and her lets out a spell real quick. And this is what she finds out. This shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing at such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargoth is, I believe, its name, though it calls itself the Hidden Lord. It was a pit fiend sent by Asmodeus to corrupt mortals of the material plane, and there it amassed such a following as to rival that of gods. In that way, Gargoth became sort of a demigod, and having worshippers increase its power exponentially. My, how the mighty have fallen. This shield has the power to corrupt everything around it. The Hewn family of Baldur's Gate has kept it for years now. Doubtless that they'll want it back, but the shield should not be taken to any place where thousands of mortals reside. It needs to be locked away in an extra dimensional space away from corruptible souls.
Can't it be dropped in the River of Styx?
There's still the matter of the blood war going on, so I mean, why would you want to take it to its power source? Are you daft? Are you dense?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
He's a little fried, lady. Just ignore him.
I'm just saying that wouldn't the River of Styx destroy it?
No, because if you destroy it, you release him. That's what he wants. The shield talks to me.
She looks over at Corvo. It's like, have you been to Avernus? And just kind of like,
I've been to the abyss.
To get released.
It's like, you've been to the abyss? Okay. So you've been to a part.
I'm a Kenku. Of course I've been to the abyss.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, friend. Avernus is not the place to take this shield. By no means. If anything, it's the worst place. It's basically like, take this Tesla coil over here, right? See that? See that?
What the fuck is a Tesla coil?
The thing with the shiny thing over there. So, okay, bad analogy. Let's look at it this way. If I was to take a mighty oak, right, and chop it into 1,000,000 pieces and then put it on a raging fire, what is the fire going to do? It's going to get bigger. Why would I want that to happen? Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're saying it wants the strength of a raging fire?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go sit in the corner.
So
I'm more for the strength of a raging river.
Oh my god.
Mirror,
A great typhoon.
Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Oh god. Now I understand.
Hate you guys.
As she offers, she says, we as Candlekeep can port this into an extra dimensional space away from corruptible souls, if you will allow us.
Is it really worth your sanity, big guy?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
grab
have
the
any
book and come
sanity
back up.
left.
Despite all the plights and everything we've been through, I don't think you need a shield. Not normally your style.
I
You're
kind of
right.
agree.
But the only reason
Although it
why
could be used as a big plate.
you don't eat Mirror.
Yes, I do.
What do you eat? Nuts and bolts.
Organics.
So you could
People.
eat this guy over here.
So could you eat yourself though?
Technically, but what would that do for me? No, I'm not eating anyone.
Damn.
What are you all talking about? I found my book, by the way.
That's good.
They want to know about the biology of a war. I'm not about to give them a crash course right now.
Anyway, no. Lady says that she can take the shield, and we're trying to convince Big Guy that he doesn't really need the shield.
Yeah,
But we know he thinks it's pretty. The only thing it's really good for him, though, is a dinner plate. So.
Hey, I'm a big guy.
I mean,
I'm
why
hungry.
not? Just hand it over, let us seal it. And,
I can't.
well, then let's chop off your arm. That seems like a
You
reasonable...
chop my
We're
arm off
not.
and I'm
Hey,
gonna
hey,
turn you into a
hey.
pile of ink.
Big Guy, calm down. Nobody's
Well,
mad
how
at
else are we
anybody.
going to get it off?
I don't know.
Weren't we in a public library, like a kind of like
A place where they can help you get it off?
well,
This is not public.
hey, maybe not public. You know what I mean?
So, hang on,
The wide,
everyone,
vast knowledge.
everyone. If they had a way, don't you think the librarian would have said something about it?
I think she did.
Yeah, I totally did.
All right, well then, what's the issue here? Just use the spell, get it off, and seal it away.
Real quick, I need everyone's. I'm gonna make a roll call here. I want everyone's charisma stat, just like the big number, not the plus or anything like that. So, Sire.
So no modifiers?
No modifiers. Sire.
14.
8.
15.
Mine's 12.
11.
14.
14, Mara.
10.
And of course.
I don't know if you got mine, but mine was 12.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yours is 12.
Okay.
Got it. As you guys consider these options, Cherry,
Yes.
the shield actually speaks to you. And it goes into a deep voice saying, "Take me to the 9 hells, and I'll swear to serve you faithfully as both guide and advisor."
I'm gonna talk to it back. How about this? How about you pledge loyalty to the primordial that I serve? Because then he gets what he wants, you get what you want, and then how we could stop this war completely. Because I don't know if you were witness to what the primordial said, but we're in for some fun times.
He agrees. Just anything to get him out of this infernal shield.
You can't hear this, Mom. Remember that.
Yep, it is only between Cherry and the shield.
You know, can I commune with my patron real fast?
You can hear in a moment.
Okay.
So, Sylvia or Silvira says, "You know what? Sleep on it. I will still be here. I would highly recommend you spend a few days here researching, because it seems like you might be going to the Avernus, which might be it might be a better idea if you had a small bit of knowledge of where you're going. So if you go over there to the map section down on the first floor, I'm pretty sure there's a few books there within the plains area as well." And she goes, "I will be in my quarters going through dictation and setting up spells for the day." And she bows and walks out. Also, chat has given you guys 7 points of healing. So there you go. If you guys are healed, add that to your overheal, of course, as we continue on. Now, let's see. This is now between the party. Do you intend to save El Terrell, or do you let El Terrell fall to its its own demise.
I'm for saving the realm.
As am I.
Because even
I want to save it too.
I don't think we need to ask this unit his opinion on that.
even the primordial is for saving the realm, and that's hard to believe, being it an old god.
I've got a lot
Okay,
to learn about this place.
Quick question for my own like player knowledge. Elturel's the like country that we're in?
No.
Or I'm kind of lost on that.
So Elturel is a neighboring city just to the east.
Oh, it's a city.
It's to the east of Baldur's Gate on the river Kienthar.
Okay, so it's a city.
It is a city.
Okay.
You are on the continent of Faerun.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
If we don't save that city, then the rest of the world could be next.
I don't know about you. I've lost enough family. I don't need to lose my sister too.
Out of curiosity, how much time has passed since right before we started talking to her?
From the time that it took you to travel from the inn through the guards, everything up to the meeting with Silvira, it's only been a few hours.
How long specifically have we been talking with Silvira, though?
Roughly about an hour and a half.
Okay. I hand a bundle over to Corey.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with that,
25 there.
with that, even with everything, as she had suggested that you go down and find a map of Avernus as well. She does leave a little note with you. It says, when you go to the map, if you go to the map, I suggest you read this note. And then she bids you farewell. As you all continue your way, if you guys are going to the map, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll just wander back downstairs.
I can make, and I'll use my Kenku feature to make copies of the map.
Right. So as we descend down to the first level, right?
Yes.
I would also like to be doing some research.
Okay. The research, we're just going to say it's here on the table in the center. If you guys want to move there, so that way you guys are seeing what I'm seeing as well. Let me get to that. As you go down there, and you start to look at the map, you read the note that says this map may not be entirely reliable. Its creator went mad while making it. So, and while you guys are researching, right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a lesson on the planes of hell, right? So the nine hells have 9 layers. Ooh, shocker, right? The first 8 are ruled by archdevils that answer to Asmodeus, the Archduke of Nessus, the 9th layer. To reach the deepest layer of the 9 hells, one must descend through all 8 layers above in order. The most expeditious means of doing so is through the river Styx, which plunges ever deeper as it flows from one layer to the next. Only the most courageous adventurers can withstand the torment and horror of that journey. The one that you guys are mostly aware of right now, some more than others, is Avernus. No planar portals connected directly to the lower layers of the 9 hells by Asmodeus's order. As such, the first layer of Avernus is the arrival point for visitors to the plane. Avernus is a rocky wasteland with rivers of blood and clouds of biting flies. Fiery comets occasionally fall from the darkened sky and leave fuming impact craters behind. empty battlefields are littered with weapons and bones, showing where the legions of the Nine Hells met enemies of their native soil and prevailed. Give me a sec. All right. The Archduchess Zariel rules over Avernus, supplanting her rival Belle, who was fallen out of Asmodeus's favor, and is to serve as Zariel's advisor. The other things to note about Avernus is that Tiamat, the queen of evil dragons, is a prisoner in this lair, ruling her own domain but confined to the Nine Hells by Asmodeus in accordance with some ancient contract, and in parentheses, the terms of which are known only to Tiamat and the Lord of the Nine. Zariel's seat of power, and it is a soaring basalt citadel festooned with the particular incinerated corpses of the guests who failed to earn the Archduchess's favor. Zariel appears as an angel whose once beautiful skin and wings have been ruined by fire. Her eyes burn with a furious white light that can cause creatures looking upon her to burst into flames. And that is just Avernus. There are 8 more layers to go through, but the one that you guys are most, interested in is Avernus. So, that is what you guys find out. You do see a map, and it's kind of hard to make N's understanding of it. So you see, obviously, the river Styx that goes through from one end to the other of Avernus. You kind of see a cave over a way, which you can only assume is Tiamat's, because that makes a lot more sense. A few flying fortresses and a few flying ships that Leo has seen, which is obviously the Blood Wars that is still going on. But other than that, that is what you guys gain from that. So let's go ahead and take a small break because my dogs are trying to get my attention. So let's take a little quick break. And then we'll be right back with some more story.
Okay.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Anybody else notice that the table's made out of coffins?
Right.
Yep.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Assets are assets.
I like the creativity. I'm not judging.
I know. I love it too.
I like it too.
Yep. I'll be right back as well.
Yo, me too.
All right. Chat. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, we're going to take a brief pause while I figure out what the dogs want. But yes, welcome back. Welcome in. Appa, how's it going, man? The adventurers today is very RP heavy, so they're doing their best to get the knowledge of what they're doing. So, but be with us for a small break while I tend to my dogs and continue the story afterwards. But thank you for being here. Also, thank you to the follow from Nathan K2100. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I hope the story's going well for you guys. I'll be right back as we continue on with tonight's end of chapter 1. Hold tight. All right, chat. We're back. I don't have a BRB screen for this one. I'll have to make one. Huh? Hungry? All right. But yeah, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Redeemed a heal. All right, good. 3 more points to the party as well. Awesome, awesome stuff. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. We are possibly going to get to a few maps as well. So, I see. No, it's for that. It's exclamation point heal. So use that one for a healing as well. So exclamation point heal will give them it's a 2d4 plus that. Yeah, there you go. So they'll get an extra 5, 6, 7 points of healing as well. So let's go back to the table, shall we? Yes. Oh, no worries, friend. Let's go back to the table.
That's what was happening. And I think that's why I couldn't connect without this Bluetooth dongle.
All right. Quick thing while everyone is still here and all that, everyone gets 7 points of healing from chat as well. So have at that. Redeemed is getting ready. Much love. Thanks for the lurk, Redeemed. Thank you so much for being here.
That does not go into overheal, correct?
It will go into overheal, yes.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's any books in here that'll help me stat-wise? I can learn from.
I was gonna search for the same thing, actually, if there was any unique spell scrolls.
Not in a way to make me broken, but like this is a house of knowledge. If I can read something and understand it, technically I can learn from it.
Yes.
And if they're all sending us to hell, I'm pretty sure they'd want to best prepare us as they could.
Plus, I also kind of used standard array and didn't roll my dice, so I got shit stats.
There.
I have one good stat. I dumped every single modifier I've gotten through my levels into it.
So yes, there are books here that can help you. However, they will not be an immediate boost to your stats. It'll be a gradual over time read. Okay, I would say within the span of a few days' time. Okay, so as you're sitting here reading and learning about Avernus, the 9 layers of hell, demons, devils, and the intricacies of them.
Luckily, I don't have to learn a new language because I already speak this shit. So
Well, exactly, but it's understanding the dynamic that is the difference between demons and devils, that will help you guys along the way. So for those who want to use this time to also expand upon knowledge, I am willing to do a few stat stuff after the end of this session, because today will probably be the last session for about a month's time, a month and a week, because I will be moving
absolutely,
soon.
I do.
So I want to make sure you guys are prepared for chapter 2 when we come back in May sometime. And this will also be a good thing because well, the good thing is that the during this time where I'm on break, I believe that either Beth or any one of our DM friends who wants to run it with the community while I'm away can use the Hangar Bay's community channel, and I will make sure I send over all the stuff to get it set up for you guys, have everything staged for y'all. So if you want to run one, you're more than welcome to, because hopefully at that start we'll switch the D&D stuff over from the Rebel Aviator channel over to the Hangar Bay community channel, because technically this is the Hangar Bay plays Dungeons and Dragons. So that's
my brain immediately just went to, you have an offshoot party that's being run while you're away, and they become Team 2 that's going into hell.
Or they could be the team that's already there and failing hard, depending on how you run the story.
Something.
It's Halo ODST all over again. I knew it.
I know. Our friends have been here.
Yep. But yeah, that's what I hope to achieve with this as we continue on. But if everyone is back ready to go, we can continue on with the story.
I don't see a giant slayer.
He's probably got his headphones on though.
Yep.
Where let's see, where did Silvira go?
Silvira is up in her quarters.
I'd like to ask her some questions.
Okay. As you walk back up to the Archmage's quarters, you are met with a hissing little spindly demon, and she goes, "Stop that! Stop!" And she goes to swat him, and like with a newspaper, like a rolled up scroll, and just, "Hey, knock that off! Can I help you?" Yes.
I can't help but wonder if any information may have been left out about that shield. Like, Baldur says that he straight up can't let go of it. But I don't know if that is entirely true.
I figured something like this was gonna happen. Let me go look. And she goes to the back wall of her study to look up something real quick, and you just see a bunch of like scrolls being tossed around. It's obviously, it seems well kept, as if when she goes to throw them, the scrolls kind of just hover in the air real quick. Let's see. Okay. And she goes to find them, and she goes like, here we go. She the rest of the scrolls go flying back into the wall where she was, and she pulls out the scroll over her desk, and it goes, and she says like, so he's been attuned to this, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
How long have you guys had this shield?
So it was a 4-day trip, right? From Baldur's Gate to
Yeah, so it's been like a week.
Yeah, so no, it's not even a week because weeks don't exist here. About half a 10-day.
Half a 10-day.
So awake.
Okay. So so I could say that it's been very well attuned to this friend of yours. However, it's fairly simple to break an attunement. As it states right here, and she points out this part here, as she kind of draws her finger across it, and it kind of lights up the language. It says, breaking an attunement can be as easy as leaving it behind and traveling more than 100 feet away from it for 24 hours, or simply spending a short time with that item to break the connection between the attuned and the item. And then it goes on to say like cursed items, and it's like this little bullet points system of that. And then they look, she's like, is the thing cursed?
No, but it does show. I'm brain farting here. It does show some. What's the word? It starts with an S. It shows some sentience.
Oh, well, we kind of figured that one out, because it's obviously a bit lord that's inside of the shield, right? So
yeah, but
that's where the sentience comes.
I think that might be the reason why Baldur insists on not letting it go.
So we have a sense of corruption, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how you're gonna fix corruption, because corruption takes many forms, whether it be political, whether it be, financial, or, in this case, magical. I'm not sure how to break that unless it's a curse. It's very easy to see it within, magical terms, but corrupted beings such as this, I am at a loss.
And what time of day is it?
At this point, it would be reaching about evening time. You guys would be getting ready for a long rest.
Meatloaf. This is player knowledge. Would you be? This is player to player. Would you be mad if I stole the shield from you?
Yeah, I'd fucking kill you.
Player to player, not character to character.
Yeah.
I think the statement still stands.
I'm pretty sure it does too.
All
right. But yeah, that she goes on to regale that is all she knows about that. There's really no way to purify corruption unless with a purification spell, but even that, this is way beyond the powers that are kept here at Candlekeep.
Is there perhaps a way to still keep the devil sealed, but perhaps transfer their soul to another item?
Oh, he's not coming out of that thing.
Okay.
I'm just
just a shot in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, she looked at you and she says, "Look, if we could have broken this thing here without any ramifications, we would have done so ages ago. However, I wasn't in charge of Candlekeep at that time, so I can't really say. But however, it is possible to do so. I suggest you just take it away and let a short rest, a little short period of time pass, and the corruption should just fade away." But
all right,
you know, the trivial things that your party deals with is not the concern of Candlekeep at large.
Right. All right.
Can I walk up and knock on the door?
That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
The knocking happens. She's like, "Yes, come, just open the damn door."
I open the door and step in. You know what? I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard there was talk of removing that shield.
She kind of looks. She's like,
Oh.
"Yeah, yes." Looks over at the Corvo and say, "Yeah, that's what was happening here."
Would you believe that the shield has reached out and talked to me since we've gotten here? It hasn't talked to me before, but while we were here, it tried to strike a bargain with me.
It honestly would not surprise me. With it being a sentient being inside of this, I'm surprised it hasn't talked to y'all sooner.
Well, it has some interesting terms that I thought I should let you know about. It wants to pledge loyalty.
That's concerning.
It says if we take it down there and release it, it wants to pledge loyalty. I, on the other hand, have a primordial elder god that could make use of him to keep him in check for us. Corvo, if we bring this back to the party, do you think they would agree that to use the elder god, the primordial elder god, I should say?
If we can commune with him again, then yes.
Perfect. I had just that idea.
Either way, however you decide to get this shield, either take it to Avernus, or if you want it to stay here. If it stays here, then we are going to do everything we can to seal it away to protect the realm. So we'll take care of that. You have two choices. You can take it to Avernus, or you can let us dispose of it. The choice is yours and yours alone. I would suggest conferring with your party, as if this is the case, I need to gather up all the archmages, especially since we've had the problem with the mad mage. So, long story.
Yes.
So the dealing with him and the reason why we're limited on magic now, besides that, you know, wizard stuff, it's fine. It's fine.
I I do recall those events. Wasn't that in Waterdeep?
Yes, of course. Everything bad happens in Waterdeep.
It's either that or Neverwinter.
Well,
Those two can't seem. Those two cities can't seem to catch a break.
they really can't. Either way, it is your decision. I would suggest you sleep upon it.
Yes.
Let us go back and converse with the rest of our compatriots, and I will try and commune with the Primordial and tell him he has a new pit lord if he wants it.
All right. Let's go for it.
But I will need your backing and trust on this.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, let's go back to everyone.
All right. So as you guys enter back to the first floor, around the table as books and scrolls are kind of strewn about, there are a little bit of extra things going on about demons, devils, that I'll give you the lore back dump on them. So in the pit of Avernus, there is the blood wars that are going on. There has always been a war between devils, being of the lawful evil spectrum, and demons, being of the chaotic evil. Demons only seek power for themselves, whereas devils follow a strict guideline of attaining power, and all power goes to Asmodeus. This is where you'll have the eternal conflict that has been plaguing the Blood Wars and subsequently all of the 9 hells for eternity. And that is all that I got off the top of my head. But yes, that is currently what you guys have learned. Obviously, the map is very helpful to a degree where it's like a rough drawing. So you have that. If you guys choose to do so, it is getting quite late in game time, so you guys have plenty of stuff to sit upon. For those who decided to also do extracurricular studies, I will grant you guys all. Let's go with this. You guys each at this point it'd be every one of you gets 3 points to put into any one of your attributes. Now you can use all 3 of them. You could use 2 and 1, however you see fit. But that's all I can give you right now. As if you spend another day here, because there is no time limit on you guys staying in Candlekeep. That's what they've made pretty clear, that you could stay in Candlekeep as long as you want. You are safe harbored here in Candlekeep.
Mir chooses to stay here forever until every single one of his scores is maxed.
I'm gonna come up to the table here. Everyone, I have a plan, but I don't think
say attribute or ability.
Attribute. So like strength, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, those ones.
That's okay.
That's ability.
Yeah, that is ability.
I call them attributes. I guess that's
attributes. Attributes would be like acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics.
That's so weird
But
to
okay,
me.
I like what you said. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Well, forgive me for being dumb. It's okay. Either way, you guys have
Y'all
that.
can't share the same brain cell right now. Stop.
Yeah, I know, right? It's being rented out.
I drank all the paint. Sorry, we're out. Go to Home Depot.
Okay. Anyway, Cherry.
Everyone, I have a plan. Not many of you will like it, but it is something, because like I told Corvo a bit ago when I stumbled up to the Archmage, the shield spoke to me, wanted to strike a bargain. And that bargain was to pledge loyalty if we took it down to Avernus. Now, not many of you are going to be fond of that, but I have an idea of checks and balances. We all remember the primordial, right? Well, what if we use the primordial to keep this thing in check? Because the primordial's down there. The primordial is ancient power beyond any of what the hells can even muster. So it will keep that thing in check.
What you're saying is you want to use your god to release it?
Not necessarily release it, because from my understanding, as soon as we get into Avernus, that thing's going to come out of that shield and go ballistic. I'm saying that we use my god to force it into its undivided loyalty to us and to the primordial, because only that thing can control that pit fiend in your shield, because Lord knows we cannot. Why not use the power of a god to control a demigod?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I want it locked away. The only reason why, not many of you guys know my backstory. Where I come from, I used to be a noble. The only reason why I took this shield is because none of you guys would have been able to handle it. This shield is bad. I already have voices in my head, and this thing's annoying.
Well,
so Mir and I, we're going to go with the nice lady upstairs, and we're gonna lock this away. I'm not giving it to you guys. You're not gonna steal it.
I would have to agree with our large friend.
Well,
I don't think many of our party could actually handle.
Well, good thing too,
that kind of presence.
Because if we didn't get rid of it, I was gonna steal it from you in the middle of the night to get rid of it.
How dare you, Corvo? And I even asked for your trust on this.
And this is why
I agree
the
with
shield is getting
locking it
locked away.
If I rely. You think I got this far by taking unnecessary risks?
No, but I thought that you would have at least had my back on one thing.
The thing is, I don't trust. If it's one thing that I will absolutely never trust, it's the will of the gods, even my god.
Then why do you worship?
I was ready to call upon my god if things were going to go south in the decision making.
I still say, if we have to fight in the Blood Wars, why not have an extra deity on our side versus no deity, or a primordial one that I have to channel?
Tactically speaking, the idea of bringing something that used to have legions, which that's what these books say, basically, from what we were told, taking that person back to hell with in the guise of, oh yeah, I'll help you, and then it gets released, if that does happen, what's to say they don't just, right after we deal with whatever big bad he wants to go against, he becomes the new big bad and fights us while we're weakened. I don't like those odds.
That is why I'm saying that we use the primordial to control him.
Your primordial, he does not care.
No, he does. He does not want to see any more destruction. He is tired of the Blood Wars.
How do you know he's not lying?
Because I've had him for decades speaking to me, and I've been using his powers. He has not steered me wrong. He has not corrupted me. He has not harmed me in any way, shape, or form.
You look like a sack of ink.
That is only because I've started to channel his powers, and because otherwise we would all be dead or very not well off from when we were at my estate.
Wait a second.
I was
You
fine.
hear yourself? You want to use this horrible shield that talks to me every single fucking day and tells me to kill you guys? to be on our
Why would you?
side? No.
And didn't you have to go read up on the old gods?
No, I read up to understand what he was.
Okay,
Because
so
of
if you
that,
didn't know what he was, then how do you know he's even telling the truth?
Just
So
weren't we
how
all
about
weren't we all talking to him just 2 days ago?
yes, we were. And he said specifically he was one of the old gods. And the
So how
fact of the
about-
matter,
how about we put it to a vote?
No.
well, I know I'm going to be outvoted, and the stubborn oaf over there won't give it up either which way, so it's a moot point.
It is his
If
decision
I
to make, Leo.
give you the shield, who's to say the shield doesn't corrupt you right then and there? It doesn't matter
Because-
your deity, your god, nothing.
No,
Then we
remember
steal the shield.
when we were at the Worm's Bridge, I picked up a special ring just for occasions like this. Ring of Mind Shielding. It cannot communicate with me if I don't want it to. It cannot corrupt me. Only things I allow in my mind can come into my mind and to influence me. With this ring, it will not happen.
Leo, at the end of the day, it's Baldur's decision.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Baldur is an idiot, but a stronger idiot than me. And I choose my own life than anything else.
Good decision.
No shit, Sherlock.
Because right now,
Guys, come on
I
enough.
could kill you. But I'm not going to. Because that's what this shield wants. I took this shield because I want
know-
to destroy it.
Why don't you ask the shield about the bargain it tried to strike with me when we got here? Ask it, go ahead.
Do you not think I don't know about that?
You
Well, then why didn't you speak up about it?
Hey, you wouldn't know anything about that one.
She talks to me every fucking
You know,
day.
ask it. Ask it if it wants to, if it will allow me to converse with it. Go ahead, ask it.
No,
Speak to it.
that's
are you
not how
too
that
afraid?
works.
All right,
Actually-
that is enough. Baldur has made his decision. That is enough.
At the end of the day, this is my decision. This is my issue to deal with.
You both have very good points, and you both mean well. But at the end of the day, it is Baldur's decision on what he chooses to do with the shield. And we love you, Leo, but not all of us trust gods as easily as you do.
I don't trust your god. I
You don't have to
trusted
put
mine
trust in it.
when I was a noble. Not anymore. I was lied to. They destroyed my family. No.
Well, that's what you get for worshiping the wrong god now, isn't it?
You're one sentence away from getting blown up.
Conversation is over. Let's get the shield out of here.
Hey,
You mean sealed?
so
Because if it was out of here,
So, as you guys continue to discuss things about said shield, what is the consensus as before you lay down for the night? The Archmage comes down and says, "So, what is your what is the consensus here?"
these fools want you to try and seal it away, so have at it.
Very well. With that, I will need you to pass the shield off to me.
We would like to oversee the
I'm done.
locking of this.
So, do you hand over the
One
shield?
of your intellect would understand why we want to observe this being sealed away.
Oh, I understand. Unfortunately, I figured this would happen. So, as we have discussed, there are several mages on their way in. Powerful mages of Waterdeep and several throughout the continent of Faerun over here to be here. So in the morn, we will have the ritual to seal this away.
Are you required to hold the shield yourself, lady?
I
No.
will not hand over the shield until those mages get here, and you, me, Mir, and those mages sit down
Fair enough.
and talk.
Fair enough. I suggest you all bed down for the night, as it is quite late, and the ritual will start at daybreak, at first light. So rest well, however you see fit. And she teleports away. So, as you guys bed down for the night, another bit of healing comes from from chat, giving you guys another 7 points of health. Add that to your overheal.
Jesus.
Nice. They love you today, huh?
Wow.
As the night goes on, the sense of uneasiness kind of flows over you because you now know what has happened to El Terrell, and the decisions that you have to make to protect the realm. The morning breaks. You're all summoned to outside the sanctum, to where it's actually like this platform over the edge of the water. It's kind of just suspended there. So Mir, Balder, and there's about 7 other mages, including the Archmage of Candlekeep is here. And they're all...
Can I say something that I was doing?
Sure.
Because we kind of just progressed. Mir didn't need a long rest.
No, yeah.
So Mir is actually not going to sleep. Since he doesn't need sleep either. He's going to just spend the entire night still doing research and studying.
And I could just
while the others are resting.
nap for like 2 hours. I'm fine.
Okay, so either way,
I just want to be known what I was doing.
Okay, either way, the long rest happens. You all know your characters better than that. So, the mages stand out on this platform, and they're all in very, what would you say, ceremonial robes. Each one very elderly in their appearance. A couple of elves. There's a dwarf magic user, which is kind of rare to see, and several tieflings as well, and a human. Just one human, and they're all there, and they're like, "All right, are we ready to begin?"
Yes.
Balder.
I apologize. I did not hear.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to swallow my food.
So, it's just.
I'm assuming the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Balder and Mir come out to the platform with the mages. Everyone else kind of stands upon the precipice of where the platform is detached, and out on this they actually sit there, and it kind of just floats above. As you look below, it's just nothing but the waves crashing up against the foundation of the plateau of where Candlekeep sits. It's about an 80-foot drop, just letting you know that. From there, you place the shield in the center and you stand back, and the mages start their incantation. It starts to kind of hover and float up, and all the mages' eyes glow white, and it starts to, the shield, it seems, kind of starts to let off this black mist, as if it was trying to like break free. The shield kind of rumbles left and right in quick jerking motions, and then it stops. As the word, it seems that every incantation has started to form this word in bands, like scrolls, and it starts to wrap itself around in a sphere. and then it seems to just stop, and it is immobilized, and from there a small portal has opened up about 20 feet away, and it's just this white light going through there as it the shield has moved slowly off of the platform and into this portal, and the portal then shuts. The shield is gone and has been transported to a different extra dimensional plane. And all the archmages kind of just let out a huge sigh, and they are visibly exhausted. So they just kind of regain their try to regain as much stamina. You see a few wizards over there popping their flasks open to drink their potions for healing mana and such, so they can get that done. The archmage of Candlekeep says, "It is done. The shield shall not corrupt another living soul on this plane."
I want your word. Mir and me both. If anything is to ever happen, you find us. And I will handle the shield. Again.
She nods and she says, as soon as the shield has reached this plane again, you shall be notified.
Okay.
I recommend that if you have contact with the Zentarum, you bring the word to them, because they will bring the word faster to us than any courier can.
I will confer with the Zentarum. We have been meaning to reach out to them for some time, but we will confer with them. In this time, since there is only one way to get to Avernus, I suggest that you go find Traxigor. She goes on to tell you that a wizard named Traxigor lives in a tower 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spell book or two, so he owes me a favor. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use a plane shift spell to take you straight to Elturel. Even more importantly, Traxigor is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the 9 hells. I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu. And and everyone takes 1 point of damage from chat.
Man.
Okay,
I'm down.
That name I remember for the last time. But that's just the name. That's it.
Okay, so do you guys take her up on her offer to go meet Traxigor?
Yes. I'm willing to take the offer.
Okay. The rest of the party, I assume, would like to go meet Traxigor?
I don't care, because my opinion doesn't matter to this party.
I just follow.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I guess we're all going.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going.
Good comms. Love that.
I was talking to chat.
Love that. All right, we are gonna go ahead. You guys make your way up over where you guys were. Off to the side, there's a stable with 8 griffins, all ready to go, saddled and ready to fly. They will let you. They will let you fly out. They all know where Traxigor lives, so you all mount up and are immediately flying away to Traxigor's tower. Let me get you guys.
Corvo would like to say to Silvera.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, if you do manage to reach out to the Zentarum, tell them Corvo sent you. They'll be more likely to listen upon my name.
Right. Shall do that. So, as you guys are flying, you do realize that the tower is in range of vision. However, the tower is not attached to the land. It is floating in the sky.
Beyond that cloud is a something that just no one on Earth believes exists.
So as you all land, you all meet up here at the top of this tower. The griffins kind of, as you dismount, they move their way over to a feeding trough inside of one of the circles there, and there they wait for the rest of you to conduct your business. So, welcome to Trexigor's Tower. Let's see. Well, technically, you guys are.
When I was zoomed out, the map literally flashbanged me.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, hon, you be vaping that much?
I try, dang it. So.
You can only pull so much vapor at one time without.
Yeah, hon.
All right.
Anyway, let's go find this wizard.
Descend into the tower.
It would be nice if my mini was on the map.
Sorry, hang tight. I also have to read these little things here. Here you go, Mirror. All right. So when you,
I will say it's not a lot to read for this place. I remember this one well because it caught me off guard. So player knowledge, DM knowledge, woo!
Silvira ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform. Oh, apparently she goes with you. Huh, nice. Oh no, that's what it was. I'm sorry. So Silvira ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform with a stunning view of the sea waiting for you atop this platform is several griffins. Obviously, I explained that. The griffins.
I can't even see the sea.
The griffin. Well, I can't do all of it. Sorry, damn. The griffins take flight and head out to sea.
Impressive.
Flying just below the clouds, Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller as the griffins soar westward. Large, rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lies an open sea. After a long journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower which somehow floats in the sky. The griffins pass through jagged holes, riding the tower's conical peak, and land on the top floor, below which has a spiral staircase leading down. As you guys enter into Trexigor's Tower, let me get to that area real quick. And let's see here. There we go. All right, what's going on here? There we go. Ah, dang it. There we go. Got it. Thank you, Tailspire, for working. All right. Also, Dirty Rollers, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hopefully you guys had a great time with the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. You were just in time. They had just gotten rid of the Shield of the Hidden Lord, and they're now requesting assistance from Trexigor to get to Avernus or El Terrell. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. As you guys go in, one level down, you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which continual flame spells have been cast. Scurrying about the room is an otter dressed in a tiny red cassock. The otter,
the dapper one.
The otter mumbles to itself in common, mentioning something about a tuning fork. Suddenly, it takes notice of you and stands upright. Lulu, wake up!
That's a cheetah.
That is is totally a fucking tabaxi.
No, it's okay. So I can't make an otter.
I know, we're giving you shit.
Stop.
Stop.
All right, that's enough.
We're just fucking with you. Calm down.
At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under a pile of blankets near the table strewn with alchemical equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound. He goes over and looks. He's like, "You're here. You're here. Great. You can help me find this thing."
Yeah, that's adorable.
We're helping find something.
Yes, a tuning fork. It's what I need. I need this. This is what we need. I've been warned that you're trying to get to El Terrell. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did that work? I roll perception to look for the tuning fork.
It's going to take you a few hours.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Balder.
So, as you all kind of like scatter around to look, the otter kind of just jumps into a pile of books, scurrying through, and he's like, "It's not over here," and he kind of just like bangs his hands on his head real quick. He's like, "Son of a gun, where did I put it? Oh, damned it to the hells, I believe." Oh, and he's just the look of worry on his face is
Okay, calm down.
it's like, well, just
Let's take it back to the beginning of your day.
okay. That's funny. Oh, okay. So, you do know that I don't leave this place, right? So the beginning of my day is almost inconsequential to this part. So just look. It's got to be around here somewhere. I swear. Just keep looking.
I'm gonna interrupt the babbling and be like, "What if we made one?"
Yeah.
And just, like kind of point at Mir. Or is that like a magic tuning fork?
Trivial things. If I could have had one made, do you think I would have done it already?
I mean, you didn't think about it, did you?
Listen. I've already thought about it. Just help me look. And he jumps back into a pile of books and just starts going through.
Right.
Can I use my investigation?
Yes, everyone give me a group investigation real quick.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
3.
Oh, I clicked perception. Like, hang on.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Got a 14.
There we go.
There we go. So as you guys go,
One.
got a 1.
Nat 20.
So when you guys go through it, you guys start finding random assortments of items ranging from like beakers to like a small thing of keys to a small oyster. That's funny.
What the fuck is this oyster for? Oh, there's an otter over there. Never mind. Wait, why the fuck is there an otter over there? You know what? This guy's weird. I'm just gonna stay over here with Mir. Fuck this.
I mean, you're a weird guy too, Balder.
So
You know what? You're right.
I know I'm right, or I wouldn't have said it.
well, it's actually an otter with a beard, which is funnier to me.
Oh my gosh.
So he goes around and goes around, and
beard.
about an hour passes of you guys like hurriedly searching through the mess, and you find it. You find this tuning fork, which looks like just a regular tuning fork.
I'd imagine one of the mages being looking through the pile and going, let's see, no, and just casually mentioning all these magic items, just like, let's see, book of about health potions, no, a tome of the steel tongues, no, book of Isle Darkness,
Thing, no.
Deck of many things. No one needs that. Tosses it away. Why is there a cheese toasty here? I don't understand. Never mind.
Why are there 13 cheese wheels?
So, as you
Wait,
guys,
did anybody feed the toaster?
that's a different campaign.
I know.
As you go
Tiny
through,
box Tim.
who rolled the nat 20? It was Jake, right? Giant Slayer.
Giant Slayer
He
and,
did.
Full nat
and
20s.
Pete.
Okay, so between the three of you, you all kind of like reach in and you all three grab each side of this tuning fork, and you kind of all reach it up, and you guys all exclaim like, "We found it!" or you believe you found it, and the otter pops up out of the books where he was. He's like, "Oh look, there it is!" And he scurries through.
Like, nah, that's not it.
And he scurries through and rounds up one of probably up Giant Slayer's leg, looks over at Roxanne. It's like, oh, that's not good. And he grabs the tuning fork and runs back over to his desk. And chattering amongst that, he grabs everything and he's like, all right, he starts like going through his books. He's like, okay, not that one, this one right here. And he says, come here. And he beckons you all to his desk real quick. He says, all right, so this should work. What's
the probability of it not working?
We don't talk about it.
Do you even know what probability means, young one?
Fuck off.
Also, is this a one-way trip?
It could be, but who knows? I mean, what's the problem? It's more like a vacation. It'd be fine. You'll be fine. It'd be great.
Vacation. It's a vacation, he says.
It's a
Well,
vacation.
I've got nowhere to go back to, so
So,
nothing ventured.
Lulu looks over at the tuning fork and gives off these little happy little trumpets as a small elephant would. And you do look over and you notice that it's kind of weird to see that a small elephant with gold fur and wings is here. It is quite interesting to see that. Who can speak Celestial?
Oh God, no! If you give me like 30 minutes, then I can.
Okay, well, good news is that she doesn't need to, because she can speak telepathy to you guys. So,
Okay.
Oh yay, more voices in our heads.
yeah.
That's
So
what I need.
with this, she goes over and while the otter is attuning this fork to do what it's supposed to do, she looks over at you and you hear this in your head, and she asks you, like, are you here to help?
Yes, we are.
Help with what?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I was with the angel Zariel when she assembled her army of Hell Riders to attack Avernus. Though through the gate we went, tearing through devils like a song through air. Victory was within our grasp until some of the Hell Riders betrayed us. They retreated through the gate and sealed it behind them. Before she was captured, Zariel told me to hide her sword, so that it wouldn't fall into evil's hands. Someone helped me hide the sword, but I don't remember who. We found a place to hide it. I don't remember where. I escaped Avernus, but I don't remember how. Most of my memory is gone, and I don't remember why.
Well, seems like it was you had it erased for good reason.
That's possible. If
Obliviate.
Obliviate, good lord. As she goes on to try to recollect some things, she like kind of like sits on the edge of the desk and her wings kind of like flutter and try to get some like semblance. She's really thinking hard, and she goes on to say, like, it was Zariel who sent me back here. I don't know why. Maybe, just maybe, there's a tiny little spark of goodness deep down inside of her still. She is aware of the turning of Zariel. She's aware that Zariel has become an Archduke Duchess of Avernus. So she's aware of that. However, she wants to find out more why she can't remember where the sword was, or why the Hell Riders betrayed her. with that, what does the party do?
Hold on, I'm watching a child get yelled at.
I'm going to ask it, well, did you put it anywhere that there was darkness? Can you remember that?
No. I mean, everything was on fire. It's Avernus. There's not really a dark place in there. It's all lit on fire and smells of brimstone and death.
Well, not your normal darkness, like your, say, a pool of just random black ink. Like, think of the blackest ink you've ever seen.
And she kind of just like floats up a little bit. Her front trunk goes up to scratch her head. She's like, no, I don't recall.
Front trunk. She has more than one trunk?
Well, it's her trunk. I was thinking of like her hand, like her feet. And I got mixed up, so that's my fault. Sorry about that. But her trunk goes up to scratch on her head, and she's like, oh, I honestly don't recall. But if you're here, then that must mean that you want to figure out why, and you must be here to help. So I will do everything in my power to help you.
Now, just hold up a minute here. We were only contracted to help out Baldur's Gate, and we've been on a wild goose chase now. We're trying to just get to Avernus to just stop everything. There's already been one city disappeared. We're trying to prevent more cities.
Then again, Leo, it is perhaps possible that finding this sword that was mentioned could help us prevent said cities from going under as well.
I mean, do whatever. You guys don't care about my input. Do what you wish.
I'm about to kick you off this tower.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, please do. I won't die.
Well, this is not helping. You know, if you guys all made it this far, what's to say that you couldn't help figure it out? So, arguing amongst ourselves will not, heal the realms. You can kind of tell by her demeanor that she has not a single mean bone in her body. She would rather not argue. So
Be nice to the little angel elephant baby thing.
I mean, I am. Now, out of curiosity, would the sword be related to the shield of a pit deity?
Pit deity.
Yeah. It was some sort of pit fiend came to the surface here, became a weird demigod thing, got trapped in a shield, and we just recently banished it to another plane of reality.
Gilgafuck or whatever.
Oh, Gargoth.
Yeah, we just banished him to another plane.
No. See, you have to understand that Zariel had a majestic, beautiful, powerful longsword, and that was what she used to just wipe through these legions of devils. So she never had a shield. She never needed one. She was powerful enough with the sword, and just as much radiant and beautiful as she was deadly with this sword.
Hey, real quick, guys, I have to dip out now.
Nope, no worries.
Yep.
All right.
So,
thanks for being here. But yeah, so she's she knows that the shield had nothing to do with the sword. So that was a complete separate thing, because Zariel never needed a shield with her sword. Zariel, before she was corrupted, was very headstrong, very much a gladiator, and decided to take all of her righteous fury with a sword, and only a sword. So she never used a shield day one. So The shield that you were referring to with Lulu has to be a separate entity altogether.
What if there's no helping her, little one?
I believe that there is. And that's the best thing, is believing that there is redemption even amongst those who have fallen so far from the light of Mount Celestia.
Impressive.
So,
Well, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong.
you of small faith, even though you think that you have forgotten those who have you have sworn affinity to, think that they have betrayed you. They have not. They still watch you. And another round of healing for everybody. Everyone gets 4 points of healing. If you're at max, add overheal. Thank you, Steffi. And also thanks, Legion, for the raid. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Again, real quick side note here. Welcome everyone to our end of chapter 1 of Descent to Avernus. I do have the multi-stream link up there. Please go show the rest of my players some love as well. Also, I did see Abby in here and Sin. God bless you. Love seeing you guys here. I know you guys are probably lurking over there with Sire, but thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Let's continue, shall we? Lulu does go on to say, like, because even though you've lost affinity with the deities that you have, they still care for you. And that's all they want, is to care for you. You feel a sense of like sorrow coming from her, but at the same time, it's like, it's genuine care that Lulu has. Anyone else have any questions for Lulu?
I expect nothing less from a being of Mount Celestia.
Yep. For those who are aware of your time in Candlekeep, you did learn about the opposing side of Avernus, which is Mount Celestia, the plane of lawful good beings. It is just like Mount Olympus, technically, in both stature and awe-inspiring beauty. So there you go.
God damn it, Skims.
Yeah. Skims come in with damage to the party, doing 4 damage to the party because it was to offset Stuffy Bun's heal. Love that.
Come on, man.
It's Skims, man. You gotta love it.
You're fired, Skims.
You're not fired. Anyway, as you guys go on, is there anything else you guys want to ask Lulu?
You know what, Lulu, by chance, do you know or have any recollection of the gods before the gods?
Let's see here, shall we? No. She was only really tethered to Zariel, so she only knew of the pantheon of Mount Celestia and the lawful good beings. Therefore, being as a kind of like a baby in that regard, all she knew was Zariel. So she wouldn't have known much about the pantheons before the current pantheons. So she regrets to inform you that she does not know.
I actually do got a question.
Okay, go for it.
Now, some of us are not. Some of us here are not entirely new to plane shifting or planar traveling, but I, on the other hand, am a bit rusty in that regard. What should we expect happen to our bodies or minds when we go into Avernus? And also, how will time affect us?
Well, for Lulu, she tries to recollect, and then Traxagor actually pops up. He's like, I can answer that.
Oh,
I
jeez,
can
Christ,
answer
Desmond.
that, of course. So if you could just imagine this, if you will, and he points his little otter hands up to his head, and he's like, think about this. There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman. I'm sorry.
No. Immediate cease and desist.
What?
Um,
Sharks are going, what the hell is a Pokemon?
exactly. No.
I'm literally about to use my inspiration to summon my god to smite this entire tower and kill everybody in it all at once.
He goes on to say that he says, think about it this way. As in, like, the sun sets and the moon rises here on this plane, right? To symbolize day and night. When you go to Avernus, there's no darkness and there's no sun. It's just nothing but hell and fire and brimstone and death. But you'll be fine. It'll be okay.
We're in a Pentecostal church.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. But like the sense of
What's a
daytime.
Pentecostal church?
Oh
You
God,
don't need to know.
please not.
No.
So he goes up and he's like, all right, hang on. And he pulls out a piece of parchment and he takes a quill with his otter hand and just starts drawing up. He's like, you see how like we are on this plane here where we have sun and moon, right? And everything below that, nothing happens. It's just constant there. I haven't been there to do the chronological timing and figuring that out. Cause one, I don't want to go there. Who would want to go there? It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't want to go there. If you want to go there and bring back some knowledge, that'd be great. I greatly appreciate that.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yes,
You
you
want
can.
a fish?
Let's see here. I'm probably gonna fail, but here we go.
Nope.
No,
Wow.
a 19.
Are you trying to figure out if like he's lying?
Yeah, I'm seeing if like if he's lying about going into Avernus or ever wanting to go into Avernus.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
has he ever been there before?
Oh
and
no.
didn't
Yeah.
No,
want
he
to?
is. He has never been to Avernus. He only
Okay.
knows of Avernus because he is the one person that knows of plane shift spells. So he had to be very well knowledgeable in planes. So he
Okay.
knows of like how to get there. He doesn't know the inner workings of each plane.
So I just give him Corvo just gives him a stare down and staring at him, trying to look for cracks, and he goes, okay then.
Okay.
Can I pet the otter?
You can make an animal handling check to see if you'll accept head pats.
Okay, because he just sounds adorable.
I feel betrayed.
Yes!
You're real bipolar.
So
I'm here to
the,
kill, otter.
all the killing stops as soon as there's a small animal.
golden elephant.
So yeah, you kind of reach out your hand to try to pet for him. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh wait, I know what this means. And he kind of leans up into your hand and he's like, ooh, and he starts making these little otter chirps and they're adorable.
I lay my
And-
ears back and I
Right next.
growl at Balder.
I give him a fish too.
He
Little fishy.
Calm down, Ichigo.
You betrayed me.
Mir
You're a
does
fine tree.
Mir does the same. He's like, oh, this is better than what anyone else has done for me. I greatly appreciate this. A fish. Oh, and he kind of lays back on his desk and he just like sits there with a fish and he just starts eating it really quick. And then from there he's like, all right, well here you go. Here is the tuning fork. This will send you to El Terrell, and where you need to go from there obviously you've been talked to by what's her name? I can't remember. Oh, the Archmage of Candlekeep. Yes.
Elvira.
Zelvira. That's right. So she will get you there. Do you have a map? You have a way of like discerning what's going on there? Because I only know of the blood war that's going on. But if you're going to Elturel, I suggest that you grab a map of Elturel.
I'm sure there's one in Candlekeep, and
Yeah.
I've seen the Blood Wars. It's gonna be fun.
I feel so sorry for you to have witnessed that. But here you go, and he hands off the tuning fork to you guys. He says, "Well, if there's nothing else, you're free to go, and I bid you a good day. Lulu, please go with these friends of yours, so that way they may help you in your journey as well." And Lulu just kind of like flutters up and just kind of hovers right next to you guys and just like, "Oh, are we ready to go?"
Might as well.
Yeah.
So are you guys gonna go back to Candlekeep to grab a map, or are you guys gonna plane shift right there?
I'd say go to Candlekeep for the map.
Yeah.
I suggest we spend at least one more day trying to, I guess, do one more shopping spree.
That's a good idea. So as you guys
I will
get
try not to argue with the blacksmith.
as you guys go back to your griffins, and Zelvira's right there, and she looks at you and says, "Did you get it? Did he help you guys out?"
We've got a fork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just like Traxagor, always with the weird items. But that's the best thing, is you never can expect anything to sneak up on him. He's got all kinds of stuff. And then you guys mount your griffins and you start to head back to Candlekeep. Let me go ahead and get you guys to the board real fast. All right, as we shift back to Candlekeep. And let me get you guys to the board. You guys are at the board. Welcome back to Candlekeep. Put some music there, and I'll get your guys' minis on the board. We're just gonna go ahead and put you guys back in the first level where you guys were at the round table, looking for maps and such. All right. Corey. Roxana. I'm going to put him close.
Can Mara hear me right now? Does she have her headset on?
Yes, I can hear you.
There you go.
Abby says hello.
Who does?
Abby.
Oh God, hi.
Fucking worth it. Oh shit.
All right. So as you guys come back to Candlekeep, the Griffins go back to the stable. Zelvira.
I'm gonna cut you off one more time, Rebel, and I apologize. Correction. She said hi, sexy tomorrow.
Ooh, even better.
Sorry, continue.
So as you guys go back, the Griffins go back to the stables. Zelvira says, like, if you need anything right now is the best time. I can't offer much in the way of blacksmithing, as we only have really just magic. However, if you need to have anything like added magical attuned weapons or such, I'm fairly certain one of our many acolytes here would be helpful in that regard. So this will be a small mini shopping session, shall we? I love this. I'm feeling the creative juice flow. It could be that or the monster. I'm not sure which, but we're still rolling with it.
We made any money
no
this last
C4.
murder spree?
Technically, you guys haven't made any money, but you guys also still have a lot of money in gems and worth. So, as a group, you guys are pretty well off in the sense of like group wealth. Individual wealth is something different.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
So, with that, you guys have Free reign. Obviously, you guys want a map of El Terrell, which when you guys go around looking through the myriad of books, you do find a small scroll map of El Terrell, and there's several copies of them. The acolytes that are in charge of that are just like, yep, here you go. Hand you a map of El Terrell, and they say keep it. We have way too many copies of it, and this looks like the copy of El Terrell before the descent into Avernus. Hey, there's the title. Roll credits. But there's that. For those who want to attune or upgrade magic to weapons, we will get that started. So I just need to know who's doing that.
I'm currently trying to shop for something.
Oh.
Just see.
Are we
Hold
still
up.
in, like,
Wait a
the
minute.
library?
You guys, I just put you there. The rest of this is all going to be more or less theater of mind.
Okay.
Would I be
wanna-
able to upgrade my devotee sensor? Sorry to cut you off, Mara.
It's okay.
The devotee sensor, no, because that is technically a wondrous item. At least I believe it's a wondrous item. I'll have to do the research on that. Let me write that down for you because it will be some time before I get back to it. Thank
If
God.
not, I'm just gonna +1 my shield and be even tankier, boy.
Okay. Let's see here. Devotees. Sensor. All right. I will do the research on that afterwards. But yeah, if you want to take time to add +1 to certain weapons, that is fairly easy to do. It will require roughly, I want to say, about 1,000 gold pieces per item.
Jesus.
Considering that you guys have an enormous amount of wealth, this should be pocket change.
Okay. I want to going to do what you said, to add the +1 to a weapon. I want to hand off the dagger, the dagger,
Ooh.
to the person and ask them, tell them, hey, this is the weapon that I want to, do it to, but not really knowing what it is still.
No, you go to hand off that dagger, that individual dagger, to one of the people, and they refuse to touch it.
Why?
No.
Take my money.
No. Any other dagger, yes, but not this one.
Okay, and they won't explain why.
Nope. They will not explain why.
Then, okay. I will add +1 to my other one then.
Okay. So there you go. You now have a +1 dagger for that one. Anyone else? Weapons, armor?
I'd like to get let's see here. I would like to get studded leather studded leather. Yeah. Oh, it has to be studded leather. It's studded leather armor.
Okay. Just like a +1 to it.
Well, I don't even have a studded leather armor.
Okay,
yet.
so you just want to upgrade to studded leather.
He's doing Naruto hand signs again. He's trying to summon demons. Stop him.
I'm cracking my knuckles.
Okay.
If I wanted,
You know, could I?
I could bear monkey paw you real quick.
Could I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I get armor of fire resistance studded leather?
For that, do you find that in Sane's magical prices or Sane's magicals?
Let me check here. Sane's.
Side note for the party. Remember, your friendly Forge Cleric is able to craft items.
Forge Cleric OP, nerf next patch.
Oh, they can't exceed 100 gold. But I can forge the things that you might need to imbue your gear to have that kind of resistance.
This is true.
I think it's. I don't.
I can't just pull out a fucking legendary item out of my ass like ta-da! Like,
Well,
I don't care how many I've shoved up there. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, but you can't pull them out. They're too deep.
Hell yes.
Cherry, I'll go ahead and say, if you could find it in Sane's magical prices,
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
trying to find that link again.
If it should be in our Discord under D&D
Yeah,
General.
I'm going through it right now.
And we could save that too for after the session. That way it's just me and you guys dealing with that on a 1-to-1 because we will be taking a long break after this. So now's a good time to do shopping. But
Health potions.
yes, definitely do that. Anything else that you guys want to take care of either in game, in character, or otherwise?
Like I said, I'm just looking for either to upgrade my devotee sensor as a +1 if I can, and if I can't, I'm gonna go for my shield.
Okay. I guarantee the shield. Yes, I need to do the research on the devotee sensor. I want to say that you can, but I'm not 100% sure on it. So, if yes, once I do the research tonight, I'll let you know. That way you can add it at a later date. Okay. Anyone else in character or otherwise?
Yeah, could I just upgrade to studded leather +1 then? Since I can't find the price on it.
Yes, you can.
Okay. How much is that?
For the upgrade, it's going to be 1,000 gold.
Easy.
Yeah, easy stuff because your guys' group wealth is pretty enormous.
Our
And
individual wealth isn't anything to snuff at either.
true, this is also true, but you guys are also like level 5, correct? Because you do need to be level 5.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, perfect.
You know, Rebel, can we
My
say?
wealth is not that great.
You know, how much was the alderman estate?
The whole net worth of the alderman estate would have been rough.
Are you trying to sell the entire family property?
I mean, I'll dip into it. I'll dip into the equity.
I was gonna say, legally, he's the last heir, so he is entitled to it.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get here.
Depends on how the laws work there, though.
It was roughly 1,500 platinum.
Yeesh.
And that equals out to, what is that, 150,000 gold?
Yes, roughly.
Shit.
Yeah, so that would have been your estate's entire worth value, which would have been your trade routes, your animals, all that stuff. Obviously, insurance is not existent in the Faerun realm.
Trust fund, baby.
Trust fund, baby. I had to earn my way, but no. Fucking world.
I had a small loan of $1 million.
But yeah, other than that, that's what that would be. Anything else?
Yeah, let me just see. I'm trying to do the conversion here.
I know what I want, but I can't have it, so.
Okay. We'll talk offline there, but if we are all kind of at a good set point, we can continue on with the story.
I can get to my items after the session because it's going to be a while for me. So yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Can I get a new chest plate or a shield?
A shield, yes, easily. With it being attuned, you can get a +1 shield. Just regular run-of-the-mill +1 shield.
Which would add +3 to your armor class.
Yeah, there you go. Anyone else?
Does anyone need anything made by me?
I need pointed arrows like I sent you on Discord.
Yeah, I don't know why you want arrows that really have a little fucking pointer finger out. Like, literally, that's what they are. It's a little pointer finger out, like, boop. Okay, I'm not even going to waste my time making it. It just happens. I think Rebel's going to be okay with that. He has a pointed finger arrow, one of them. It's a little fucking hand at the end of an arrow with a finger out.
I sent it to him.
I'm just gonna shake my head. No, it's like you wouldn't make it for me even if I wanted you to.
One upload.
Send it to Rebel.
All right. I'll look at it here later. If there's nothing else, we will continue with the story here. From here, after you've done all your shopping and everything's gone in, Zelvira comes down and says, "Are we ready to depart?"
I assume.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Unless
We're on the
anybody has-
highway to hell.
Shit. It's not
Oh. I was gonna get a Rod of the Pact Keeper. I found the price on that.
Okay. I'll look into it. And I'll give you the answer after session tonight. But I will go ahead and move you all over here real quick. So bear with me as I move your characters. Boom, boom. Balder, Mir,
Door's ready.
Vale, Leo, Corey, Roxana, and Corvo. You guys are all out here now in a more like a town square outside of Candlekeep's estates proper. So from here, Zariel, that's gonna be always the fun one to remember. Zelvira has gathered you here and says, "All right, you guys all have your equipment. You're ready to go. Yes, right? Because there's no coming back. There's no coming back from here. You can find another. You can find another way out, but this is the only way I could send you in now. When you go in, I can't guarantee a way out. Understand?"
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
One-way ticket. Who cares?
It'd be my first time.
All right. As you guys all kind of gather up around there,
We're going on a trip.
you guys all,
Where's the elephant friend?
well, she's with you.
One more question.
All right.
Is it possible that we could bring our stagecoach with us, or is it a bad idea?
It is going to burn alive.
Trust me.
Leave Kochi here.
Trust me when I say that traversing Avernus is not good for the coach.
All right. Let me go. Or is it consult or console? I'm having a brain fart here.
Sure, why not?
Probably we confide in the coach.
Yes. Let Kochi know that we're gonna be away for a while.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's gonna be lonely.
Mm-hmm. So, as you go back over to Kochi, you tell him that you're not going to be back for a while, and he kind of like lowers, like the front end of him lowers in like a sad posture, and his wheels turn inward, like he's sad that you're leaving. And Nobby, the sentient doorknob on the side, is like, "Well, it's about damn time. Well, I mean, I am going to miss you, bastards, but at least the doorstep here will be clean for a few days, I guess." I assume you're going to be back in a few days, right? If you go any longer, then Kochi might not make it. He's terribly attached to y'all. I don't see why, but he's terribly attached.
Time in other planes does act weird.
We will be back as soon as we can.
Kochi just still like kind of slunks down to where the wheels, like the bottom of the stagecoach is literally on the ground right now.
Oh, poor Kochi.
Just think of like a sad dog when you leave home. Yeah, that is exactly what it's like.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
Why do we have to go the dog route?
Yeah.
Loki, come here.
Yep, everyone hug your dogs. But yeah, he's as you guys all like gather your effects, strap in and get ready to go. You all make this circle around this this tuning fork, and you guys all lean in to touch it, and with that, the tuning fork starts to resonate a little bit, and Zelvira sends off a little spell, and some magic runes fly out in the air, and her eyes glow white, and you guys are immediately surrounded by a white light, and it beams down onto the ground burning into the stones around you, and you are all whisked up into this almost like comet as it sends you off over the plains. If you look out around yourself, you will see all of the continent of Faerun. It sends you up into the upper atmosphere, and you can see the stars as they burn brightly, brighter than any of the night skies that you've ever seen. You'll see galaxies and all that, and as it turns, you start to see the continent of Faerun, and you see other the other sides of the Faerun continent as well. You'll see Chult, you'll see the Great Sea, you'll see the spine of the world way north up where Icewind Dale is, and you just but you immediately descend as fast as you can down at rapid speed towards where Elturel was, where you just see this hole, this pit of fire and burning trees and everything else, and you just plummet right into this black void, and you are whisked into Avernus, where when you land, you are met with this a hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city streets in which you stand is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. The ground around you shudders beneath your feet. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges strokes of bluish white lightning that strike the cities at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbling fortress. Traxigor is actually with you. Unbeknownst to that, I did not read that. It's my fault. So Traxigor is with you. Traxigor gazes up at the black orb nervously, utters a few arcane syllables, and then disappears in the blink of an eye. And you guys are now in Elturel, and this is where we will leave tonight's session.
God damn it.
Welcome to Elturel and your start of Avernus. Congratulations, we are at the end of chapter 1. We will pick up on chapter 2 in about a month as I continue to get myself ready for moving. So I thank you all so much for that. How was it tonight? How did you guys like it?
Felt a little
Very
betrayed.
well done. Gib Elephant.
Gib Elephant. Cherry
Give
feels
more
betrayed. Of course.
It's hard. This is the one time as being a DM character player knowledge type thing where I'm like, no, give me Trunky Boy.
Yeah.
I know damn well what it can do and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what it can do later on, but I know what he is, and I want Trunky Boy.
Yeah, the memory started to trickle in. I'm like, oh crap. I'm just biting my tongue.
Let's see if I can get you guys here on
The
Elturel's
whole
map.
time I had to play dumb, especially
Yeah.
this one, because now we're getting to the content where, like, my campaign when I ran Avernus, the group couldn't get along anymore. Like, they were fighting, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done. We're done."
All right.
So right after this, the first session in Avernus is where I don't have any knowledge. So I'm very excited.
Okay, well, I'm going to summon you to the board of Elturel. This
Oh
is
God, Jesus Christ!
so. This is Elturel, where you guys are as a city map. So
Hold up.
Wait a minute, my stuff. I exited out on accident.
So yeah.
Oh, please drop my just drop my mini on the board. I want to be Godzilla Mir.
Godzilla Mirror? I don't even think I can probably put you out there. Yeah, here you go.
Absolutely drop my mini on that board.
Hang on, let's see if I can make you huge. There you go. Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Slide or go down.
Yep.
I am your god. All follow Kellenborn.
Yes. Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
can you drag me to the board?
Yeah, I will drag everyone to the board. Also, welcome in Theo. Sensei Theo has made it here to the raid just in time for the end of our chapter 1. Welcome in, friends. I hope everyone enjoyed the story today. I really felt like I went off the rails there. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let me make you unique one more time.
You paid way more attention to the headband than most people ever would.
Yep.
I will say that.
Yeah. It's amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed DMing this chapter for you guys, and I hope to do more of that with you guys in the next session, which will roughly take place in about a month's time. So while we're having fun here, you guys get to be Godzilla for a little bit. So have fun being Godzilla or a kaiju of any sort while I get the rest of you on the map. And again, all these maps are made from Tales Tavern and the amazing creators on that website as well. So if you're new to Talespire and you want to learn, please just come into one of the building streams that I do. I know Sire's probably going to start building some as well here and there. Just have
You
fun with
talking
it.
building on Tailspire?
Yes.
Because yes, I will be in the future. I'll probably be doing that starting shortly on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Either after we're done playing, or I'm not sure when, but because I have sessions on Sunday now, and with Abby and her whole gang switching over on Fridays, I might be assisting on making those maps.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Either way, there's plenty to be had here. Where you guys can do so much with that. But again, amazing time tonight. You guys did absolutely amazing on the RP as well, and I hope you guys are just as infatuated with the story as I am. So, where I will leave you guys here tonight.
I
You guys,
will say one thing.
Yeah.
I never got to commune with my patron.
this is true. However, I have a reason for that. And I will get with you a little later on that. But again,
Okay.
the last bit of news beforehand. Obviously, everyone who is here and is able to, Cherry is still running his charity for MS, I believe, right?
Yep. Stream to end MS. I've got it going on right now at 400 out of 800. I had to raise the cap.
Yep. So if you guys are able to, !MS in Cherry's stream and !charity in my chat will get you the link to do that. So please, if you can donate, please donate to a great cause. Those who have donated, we greatly appreciate you guys as well. So go out there and continue to do amazing things. Yes.
To piggyback off of that, since we just covered the important stuff, I want to make an announcement that, and I also want him to be terrified at the same time. I did have Pete pulled up on stream while he was doing pterodactyl arms after eating a sandwich, and I really want to know how that sandwich was.
Bussin'.
Also, to let the party.
I didn't actually have you pulled. I didn't have you pulled up. I wouldn't do that to you, but it was very enjoyable for me.
I would have.
Because that was a spectacle. This guy is over here nom, nom, and he goes, "Ah!" when he's done. Like, who? What is this?
And
my shirt was stuck in my armpits. Fuck you.
All right, and the last bit, the last bit of announcements, Feth, you said.
Now, two things. First of all, I need to let the party know, now that we're in Avernus, I've discussed this with you, Rebel.
Yes.
Corvo is going to be behaving very differently. And I mean very differently. Corvo is no longer the Corvo that you once knew.
Yep, this is true.
Is he spicy?
And then also, again, starting tomorrow, I will be continuing my Make-A-Wish charity to celebrate my 6th anniversary of becoming an Eagle Scout.
Yes. Congratulations to that as well. Not a very huge accomplishment to become an Eagle Scout either way. So for those who want to donate to them, go check out Feth the Exorcist on Twitch as well. So let me get the links here to all of my players. Go check them out. All their stuff is hyperlinked there in my chat. And again, a big round of applause to everyone involved today. Jake the Giant Slayer, Call Me PT, Feth the Exorcist, my wife Empress Meatloaf, even Crimson Legion doing a great job there. Mara, our main mod, Mara, and Cherry Man, great RP tonight, and Sire TTV, again, great stuff all around. If you're not following any of these individuals, you need to fix yourself because they are amazing people altogether. It has been my pleasure to be your DM for this first chapter and for many more chapters to come as we continue our story of Descent into Avernus. I bid you all good night from the table of the Hunger Games. I will be right back with y'all. All right, chat. Let's go, baby. Congratulations. Thank you for everyone coming in and just doing amazing work tonight. Good stuff all around. I enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the Dirty Rollers, Crimson Legion, and Sensei Theo for the raids. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for trusting me with your community as well. I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the RP that went on tonight as well. All of you are beautiful, and I thank you so much for allowing us to do this. General Tampon Mel with a gifted sub to the community. Thank you so much, friend. And again, our next session made some good progress in Minish Cap. Love that. Love to see that. Let's see here. Our next session will be, I want to say May 17th. And the only reason I'm taking a long break is because I will be moving. So if you've been with me for some time, you do know that I am separating from the military and I am moving. So in the interim, if we do run any D&D games, they will not be me as DM. They will be 2 days after my birthday. Let's go. That's right. Got a new place already. We are locking down one right now. Not buying, renting, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. So as it goes, if you are not following the Hangar Bay channel, there is a link for the Hangar Bay, which we will shift all of our D&D sessions over to there, because it is the Hangar Bay presents Dungeons and Dragons or any sort of tabletop RPG or community event. So please do me a favor. If you want to follow that channel, please do. That is where we will shift everything over from there, from here on Rebel Aviators channel to the Hangar Bay. And that is open to all of my community members for any of their events that they see to stream and do that. And that's one thing I can do for my community going forward. So if I can get a link to that, I will get you a link. I just gotta find it. Oh, so many things. But yeah, so that is where we will shift over to that. If I can get that. There it is. Control C.
Well, the world needs to see your beauty.
There we go. So there's the link. Go follow that page. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here with a raid out. Let me see who is doing something right now. Looks like Mr. Dub is actually still doing some Tailspire as well. So we're going to send you over to Mr. Dub, a fantastic person. He's been here as well. So I will send you guys over there. So raid. And I want to make sure that he is live because I've done that, and I've raided out, and they've just left beforehand. So I want to make sure I'm doing that correctly. So thank you all so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you all, and thank you so much for letting me transport you into this world of Dungeons and Dragons. Again, you all have a great rest of the night. Thank you. Good night, mate. I'll see you on Friday. Yes, I'll see you on Friday for a riveting tale of Nilvale Untouchables. Again, thank you all so much. God bless you. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And also, may every hit be a crit and every crit be crunchy. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.